Start recording.
Wait, let me
Are you
just
recording?
make sure that it's recording. Hold on a second.
So-
Yes. It says it's recording.
Okay. So look my way, and we can always use my audio because I think it's equal now. All right.
Okay, cool.
All right. Welcome, Sassins, to Facebook Spaces. We're going to do the vlog for this week inside of Facebook Spaces. Joining me is Enzer Gaiden.
Hey.
Next to him, Maximus Dominus, under the name of Ronald this evening. He will be our space wizard. And in the House of Slytherin is Caitlin, or Lunar Lolita. So the reason why Facebook Spaces, I totally looked away when you did that.
Don't worry, we saw it. It was good
I've been
for
working
us.
on my entrance for a couple of months.
So the reason why we chose Spaces is because it is a great way to show 360 photos and videos, which is what well, now the table is gone. What
Yeah,
do we
I was
do?
wondering- Oh, there it is.
I took a lot of 360 photos when I was in New Zealand. Some of my favorite pictures are actually 360, and this, we can throw it down and we'll be right where I was at the time, or we'll be in my hand. Look at that, in my hand. And that's me. If you didn't know what I looked like, outside of this avatar, there we go. So, where I am right now, this is my first stop in New Zealand. The plane actually dropped me off on the top of this mountain. This is Queenstown Hill. This is in Queenstown. All this entire landscape is a part of Queenstown, and it was one of the most grand, majestic, and beautiful places I have been to. We'll start in order here. This is the very first 360 photo I took on the plane. Praise me!
Oh my god.
And
Why?
then the
No.
outside world. Let's go. Let's jump.
That's scary.
Yeah, it
That's
is.
pretty cool,
No.
There's something on the wing.
Something. Let's see. Where's some more
Will
360
you make
photos?
yourself a cup of coffee? Where's the rest of our cups?
T-A-L.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Look, it's like we're a regular talk show.
Is it? Oh, nice. What is this that we're drinking?
Go on.
I'm getting
Orange
spice.
juice.
Here.
There you go.
Here.
Let's see.
Hmm.
Here is another one that. Oh, nope, that's the same one. We were already here.
We've been here
that-
before.
We have been here before. And Caitlin
You're so shiny.
and Enzer, you guys can take notes for different places that you would like to go to.
Where is this?
This is Queenstown. Okay, let's see. Here's this one. This is on top of the. If you take the gondola up, right down there, up here.
Whoa!
Yeah, just
Someone
don't
behind
look
you.
behind you.
I'm gonna do
As
it.
there.
Ready?
As we are hanging off the ledge right now, looking at another beautiful vista on top of Queenstown. Let's see, where I was before is right where that guy's neck is. Over there. That's where I was. And there's literally so many different things to do on top of this gondola. It's called Skyline. There's the Haka show that you can do. There's luging. I think you can see the luge
Whoops.
tracks down there. Well, who cared about that
Sorry.
place anyway?
Oh,
Sorry.
man.
My least
I
favorite
was
place.
trying something.
There was luging,
no.
there's mountain biking, wow, God, that is distracting. There is mountain biking, and there's stargazing, which, contrary to this perfectly blue sky, it was never clear during the nighttime, so that never got to happen. Are you slaying me?
Get back!
Ah!
Get back!
Throw your marker at
Yeah, you need like a little pointer to
Aw.
it.
I think your
We-
tip's a little curved there.
We might go way
It's
out of
okay. Here,
sequence
I'll
on
throw
here.
This.
She just threw herself out of the experience. Oh.
Yeah, I did basically. It was an out-of-body experience.
So the first thing I did when I got to Queenstown, when walking to my Airbnb, I saw this giant, amazing tree, and I decided to climb it. There we go.
Get out
Oh,
of
here we go. Okay, so don't look behind you, but in this opening
I'm doing
right
it.
I
here.
don't see anything but gray.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good. This opening, this is near the very, very top of maybe like a 60 foot high tree, 50, 60 foot high tree.
You climbed all the way up here?
Yeah, it was great. It was like, I'm here to adventure, so I'm gonna do it. And that face's purpose was like, oh, look at my face of adventure.
Welcome to my tree.
But yeah, so I bonded with this tree at the bottom every day. I had a great routine down there.
Oh.
And the handstand picture, actually, let me see if I can pull it up. Where is it? Ah, this one. This actually took place down at the bottom on one of the branches. Me and that branch bonded. I straddled it many a time.
Oh.
I just picture you falling over and then just falling just like that. Maybe landing
Bonded
on
with the forest like
It-
an
on the branch.
avatar.
It was like it was most assuredly actually very much as you say, Enzer. I fell maybe about 40 times just to get the perfect still. Oh, here we go.
How low is the ground? Hopefully I can see
So
the
if
tunnel.
you
Ooh,
look behind you,
dude.
Enzer, that branch right there that's arcing downward, this is the tree.
Wow.
In that branch, this is where I had my routines often. It was great. Oh, and there's me again. So you can tell that I didn't find out how to actually get out of any of the pictures until a bit of the ways into the trip.
Your hand is dirty.
It was.
How dare
What you
Gross.
got in there?
I got very primal,
Branches?
and I had to
What
wipe
do
my
you do with your
ass.
mouth, though? Oh.
Too primal.
That's
That's really cool. So wait, the first picture you showed us where you were in the tree, how high up were you?
all
Are
all
you,
the way.
Were you where that? Wait, you went all the way
No,
up?
so no, okay. I say all the way, but I was maybe about 7 feet from the very top because
Whoa.
these branches are actually really kind of brittle. And one
That's
broke
scary.
midway up, but it didn't deter me because it was smaller than the rest. And then one broke right where I was by the top, and I was like, okay, they all look about this size. So I'm not gonna chance it my first day in Queenstown. Yeah, that
That's
would have
crazy.
been dangerous.
I can't believe you climbed all the way up there.
It was great. It was really good. And let's see, that's probably about most of everything I have for Queenstown. What about this one? No, clear that one.
The mountain back there looks pretty cool. Wait.
Yeah, it does.
So
Like the mist and everything.
Queenstown's on the southern island. It's where honestly it's where I was telling you has the most epic geography out of both of the islands. Oh, this is I'm sorry. This is the very first thing I did, is chill in this park here, under this tree.
It's
There's
very
me,
nice. Very nice.
just
Tree.
relaxing with the All Might shirt on. So over, if you guys ever make it to Queenstown, look behind you, Caitlin, and where I'm pointing. Over that way, if you follow the water, there's this really amazing cafe called the Voodoo Cafe. It's every single item on their menu is huge and incredibly delicious, and actually quite different as well. Like I had this pumpkin casserole type thing, and there's this beautiful,
Cafe.
Casserole.
yeah, and there's this
That's great.
this guy jamming out on his guitar with this awesome, relaxing, just really, really beautiful and appropriate for the scene and environment music. But nobody tipped him ever. He was there for
Aw,
like 3
that's sad.
days. I tipped him a bit, but yeah. Oh, and then there's this.
Yeah.
Mastic.
This is another on the water one.
We can-
God damn it! Get out of the picture. But
This guy keeps showing up in all the pictures. It's annoying.
it's annoying.
Who is this guy?
Let's see.
Ooh, that's a cool walkway.
Yeah, this place is pretty great.
Water.
Oh, here we go. So the tree right behind you,
I don't
Max.
see anything.
You don't
I
see
the
anything? It's so
Facebook
gray.
Logo.
Oh.
No, not gray this time. Just Facebook logo.
All right, we'll wait a bit longer. Take in the sights. This water, all water in New Zealand during this time of year was absolutely freezing.
Facebook blue.
Aw.
Wouldn't recommend swimming in it. Was Facebook blue?
Damn.
What
I
about
mean-
with, like a dry suit?
You mean a wetsuit?
No, a dry suit.
What's the? I don't.
I think the dry suit is like more insulated or something. I don't
With a
remember.
wetsuit, you've got maybe an hour in the water before your body starts to go frozen.
The
Are you still saying nothing, Enzer? Here.
See the Facebook blue ocean.
Okay, take this and put it and eat it. Eat it. Eat it.
I see half the image right now. The top half.
Oh,
Oh.
I changed it to
That's
Facebook.
pretty. I see like a rock and the tree around us, but yeah, like
I just got
only
Facebook blue.
the top of this.
Yeah, me
image.
too.
Oh.
You have
Well, I
Facebook
mean,
blue?
I can
Oh,
see it,
weird.
and that's all that really matters. I brought you guys in here to describe everything that I saw.
No, weird.
Pull those orbs out, Magnus, and just put them to the side and just continue on.
Okay. Let's go to Mordor next. So, here we go. This was the summit of Mordor. So this is what I was talking about. Wow, I actually don't think I meant to make that face, or maybe I did. I don't know. Oh, the top
You
is
have
affecting
another
me
picture
so
they showed
much.
me.
Is that a
Close to the
magnifying
very
glass?
What the fuck?
So the really cool
He's
thing.
on the case.
I'll figure this whole picture thing out. The really cool thing about the summit when I went is that it was the entire hike was super misty, but at the summit it was so windy and so misty that it would blow. Like most of the landscape was just covered in mist and fog, but sporadically entire landscapes would be revealed because the mist or the wind would blow entire portions of fog out of the way, and then cover it back up again.
pretty
And so just the entire peak was like, oh, reveal epic landscape to the left, and now it's covered, and then in front of me, and now it's covered.
How long did it take you to hike up here?
If I didn't hike with the person I hiked with, maybe 3 hours. Greg.
Greg, fuck Greg.
Why fuck Greg? I mean, like I said, we nerd out about D&D very much.
Takes pictures of their vacations.
That guy over there?
Oh yeah, look at
That
this.
guy
Is
in the
this guy?
black?
Is this guy in the blue? He was cool. Honestly, on the bus, I was like, I'm gonna hike this. I'm gonna hike this whole thing by myself, and that's what I want to do. And then the bus got so full that everybody had to sit down next to somebody, and he was one of the last ones on the bus. And I was like, please don't want to hike with me. Please don't want to hike with me. And then when he found out I played D&D, it was game over because we just talked about D&D. I think I came to at the bottom of the mountain. And I was like, wow, a lot of D&D. But yeah, he was he was British. Greg was really cool to hang out with. Not the most apt hiker. But yeah, it was a fun journey. And yeah, so this is what you could what I went through pretty much most of the time. It was like 20 feet in front of you and then nothing. You couldn't see anything at all. And those markers right there helped you go forward. And there were some times where you were at your marker and you looked in front of you and you couldn't see any other marker going forward. So you had to sort of test your radius and walk out a few feet in a bunch of different
Kinda
directions.
Scary.
It'd be cool if you like
It was
threw
great.
a flare.
I'm trying to think if we had the opportunity to do anything like that. I'm sure. And when I got to the top, I really wanted to throw off my D&D ring into the out into the mountain, but
Depths of Mordor.
yeah, but that didn't work out too well. Because only because I didn't want to litter,
Yeah, that's probably nice.
and also
Maybe we could take like biodegradable rings and throw them.
biodegradable rings made out of
No,
chocolate.
We just After Effects
Ooh.
it later.
See, I got him to look semi-triumphant right there. We're at the bottom
Oh,
still,
man.
but
Facebook blue again.
Aw.
Yeah, the bottom
Uh.
half of my image is cut off.
oh. Well,
You can describe it.
Sassy.
Do you see it?
it's the fog. This is still at the bottom, so the fog isn't encroaching in as much as before. Again, the really crappy thing about the time of year that I went is that it's not that great for pictures because there was such overcast the whole time, so there wasn't a lot of natural lighting. So these pictures are not as high res
I
as they
see.
could be. Is it
Wait,
still
are
black
you
gray?
on the trail right now?
Hold on, let me. Am I on the trail? No, I'm not on the trail. Did it come to? Did it come through for you guys?
There you go.
Yeah. I was just trying to figure out like.
Oh, actually, hold on. Here you go. This is.
Sneak
What the-
reaction.
Oh!
No, it's still blue. Damn it.
Oh, this is back in. Oh, it's not the right one. Where is the right one? Is this the one I'm looking? There we go. Did this?
Get back, demon!
Did this?
Behind you.
Just messing with some perspective. Okay, let's see. Do I have any actual Mordor pictures?
How did you take this picture?
There we go.
With a 360 camera.
I know, but I thought maybe he was holding it, which didn't make any sense.
That was a.
It's
I
Pretty cool.
Cool.
Oh, here we go.
Mm.
It was really mysterious. As I said, it
Bush
didn't,
monsters over there.
it doesn't, the hike didn't lend itself to pictures, but it's still really beautiful. And then the most important picture I got from the trip. Look at those dice.
It is a really good picture.
You should have changed.
On top of Mordor.
Just kidding.
Look, the 20 is right there, okay?
You should have changed it to a 1.
Why?
Because that's
And-
what happened in Mount Doom.
And so this was the picture that I took where Greg was like, "Why? I don't. You just seem like a douchebag whenever you take a picture, a landscape, looking off in the distance and pondering." And it was really, really funny because
Whatever, man.
yeah, it was really, really funny because this sort of like self-centered girl that we would pass and then she would pass us. She went out to that same exact rock and did like the exact same thing I did, except she was like standing out and looking over. Yeah.
Man, fuck it.
Hey, I had I told him that it makes sense because it's better than just me standing and looking at the camera and smiling. This is the redwood forest that you guys will be going to.
Yeah.
This is in Rotorua on the Northern
Oh,
Island.
yeah.
The door right
Definitely
there.
want to go there. Perfect.
This
A door?
is
Oh,
these are
fedora.
the lanterns. I wish I had a better picture of the lanterns.
Were you there at night?
I was there at night, but none of my cameras were actually high quality enough to be worth a
Yeah.
damn at night. Okay, let's go back to Tacon. Oh no, not that one.
You got a piece of hair stuck on your forehead.
Me?
Oh, there we go.
What?
No, Max's hair was stuck on his forehead.
Long hair, people problems.
Yeah.
Oh, I need to get rid of this one.
Ooh.
How do I get
It's
this?
so
There.
green. Oh.
Yeah, so this actually was in the Coromandel Bay. This was right by Cathedral Cove, which is a place that I highly recommend you guys go to. Up on that
I
hill
don't see a
right over
path.
there. This isn't path. This isn't a path. This is off the beaten path. This is, and I'll show you why that was awesome. Or going off the path is a great thing to do here. If I can only get the picture. Look behind you guys. Don't look at my direction. Oh, yes. See, this is where I figured out how to be a tripod.
Whoa.
How to be a tripod.
Yeah, you just literally put your arm, you hold the 360 camera, and you make your surface area as small as possible. But yeah, so that path leads up and over and
Wow.
onto this really scary rock right here, but it's like the perfect
Yeah, it's terrifying.
Simba, Mufasa rock.
Dang, how high off the ground is this?
Maybe 120 feet.
No.
Maybe a little higher. Definitely, you wouldn't be able to jump off. There are rocks down there. I checked with my forehead.
Like how you can tell Kaylin is sitting.
Oh, with the armrest.
I'm chilling, man.
Oh, this is
Just doing this.
another Mountain Dew one. This is descending.
It's another
On the
Facebook blue one.
God damn it! Actually, hold on. Let me see if.
Wow, that's really
You really
cool.
thought you were on PTO.
There we go. What about this one? Does this work?
No, Facebook blue. Just,
Great.
you can go on.
It's working for
cool.
mine.
Oh.
Oh, we don't want that. Oh,
This is really cool.
you can
They're
see
still so-
my friend that was next to me on my plane ride over. Very, very excited individual. Her name is Bethany. She
a friend-looking person.
No, we didn't talk at all. Like literally, no, I didn't interact with any of these people at any point. Demon. Oh, this was like one of my favorite places. It's where I got the Kamehameha picture. I'm deeply looking off into the distance again.
You and Bird Shit Islands.
Look
Yeah,
at these
I-
seagulls.
Yeah. Oh wait, there's got to be a better one.
Man, that seagull's like a 10
Just
out of 10.
watch your feet, because there is a lot of bird shit. Wait, which seagull's a 10 out of 10?
This one right here.
Wait,
And this one.
Kaylin, look down again.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the bird
Just
shit.
don't tell her to
That
look
good
down.
head looks really weird.
Wait, what?
Oh god, yeah, it's all bald.
What?
Nothing.
I'm bald underneath my hair.
Oh yeah,
God.
take a selfie stick.
Here we go. I think this is the really cool, the better one. Yeah, look at that bird. That bird's a 10 out of 10. See
this
this?
one right here?
Yeah.
This one's like an 8 out of 10.
Which one? An 8 out of 10?
Because it has an evil look in its eye.
So something I really love doing is putting the 360 camera down and just feeding birds by it. Here we go. This is a 10 out of 10
Okay.
duck right fucking here. Look at that. Standing triumphantly in the sunlight.
Damn. I hope to be as majestic as that duck.
Also,
one
they're
day.
currently in this picture at up right above that truck right there. There's about 5 or 6 people sleeping in there.
Whoa.
In that top black horizontal
That is
portion.
very tiny. Well, I guess that's one way to do it.
There you
Oh, look.
There's a duck.
Blending in.
Hi people. Quack. Quack quack.
Okay, so time for Hobbiton.
Aw.
There we go. See, there's a lot of people. Oh wow, this photo kind of sucks. Find another one.
What are you talking about? You got this nice dead patch of grass here.
Nice dead
Got a
patch.
little bench.
So wait, how tall are
What
those?
is this one?
Fences. Are they like thigh high?
Yeah, actually about thigh high.
So tiny.
There
Yeah,
we
you
go.
gotta stand up by that doorway over there.
Oh, there really are a lot of people.
Just kidding.
By that doorway over where? Yeah, but as I said, being here in the moment, even as sort of dreary looking as it is now, it's hard not to be incredibly excited. I would say
Yeah.
if you trust anything, trust that it.
I mean, it inspired you to rewatch all of the director's cut Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Bastards.
Still have one more to watch.
I thought I told Enza
So-
we were doing that, or I told one of you guys we were doing that.
Today?
Yeah, but really?
No, not
No.
tonight. So this is the Green Dragon Inn. Oh, hey, come this way. Walk on his arm.
I don't see it. I just see blue Facebook.
Anybody else see that?
Wow.
No, I see it.
Man.
Notice
hold on,
the
here, let's.
dragon li-
Oh,
So were these
Sorry.
here before the movie was created? Oh, that's a cool.
I mean,
Alright,
the
the lipos?
the Earth was here before the movie was created. Yes, and then they built. So for the okay, hold on. Actually, there we go. So this is Bilbo's home. So for the first movie, they built everything temporarily with really shitty materials, with the deal that they would take everything out when the filming was done. But they ran into a lot of weather issues that put their deconstruction schedule way behind schedule. And then they, even in that meantime, they got so many people showing up asking the farmer, hey, like, take us around this place. We're huge Lord of the Rings fans. That, bing, the exclamation point went off in his head, and he was like, let's make this a tourist trap. And then Peter Jackson was in on it. And for the Hobbit movies in 2009, they decided to completely rebuild everything from permanent materials, and they even have people upkeeping it every single day. Yeah, but you can only go inside, I think, like 1 or 2 of them out of the 34 that exist. And did it load yet? I see it.
Not for me, unfortunately. But I am looking at the pretty picture of Bilbo's house. Ooh.
Just go through a bunch of 2D.
That's a cool tree.
Yeah, that's the main tree there, and the cool lanterns as well.
Ooh.
That's a nice one.
I like
It's a
that one.
pretty little bird.
So
They grow.
what was the weather like the entire time? Was it rainy?
Yeah, it was like
And
it was damp. It wasn't that cold most of the time. In the morning it was pretty cold. It was like maybe heavy sweater, and then throughout the day it was like light long sleeve, and then throughout the nighttime it got progressively more and more sweater and then jacket. And then this is me as Sauron. I would take over it all.
You didn't have your ring of power on.
God damn it. Yeah, you're right.
Well, you're gonna have to go back and retake this picture, Magnus.
Yeah, clearly.
Only because I so foolishly did not get a... Oh, okay, so this is Coromandel... Oh, not the Coromandel. This is, that mountain right there is in Tauranga, which is where I recommended you guys go, and where a hike that I really recommend to you guys. I don't have any 360 photos of it because by the time I got to the top, it was nighttime. And then... in the same place, this is the waterfall that I recommend you guys go to. This is one out of many on the hike, and
What's the water temperature like?
really cold, swimmable, but still really cold. That's a giant, beautiful pool at the bottom. It's definitely one of those colds where you jump in and then you want to die immediately because of how
Die?
cold it is. Yes.
Oh.
But then you jump in a second time and you've really mastered those faces. But you jump in a second time and it's like, wow, this is much better than I had initially thought. This is from one of the tops of them. God, this was like my favorite place. This was incredible.
This does look cool.
Yeah, it does.
And
So, can you go down that waterfall into like another pool safely?
yeah, hold on. Probably. I'm not sure. I don't quite remember, but it might have led to this. In which case, I bet you would be able to jump off, most likely.
Oh, yeah, get that good picture getting that tricep in there.
I mean, people got to know.
There fish in it?
I don't know. Actually, there was a sign that said not to swim in it because of some chemical, but it was like the same signs that were on all the beaches when we grew up. So I didn't take it very seriously, and I'm still alive. So
As long as he's getting pee in it, he's got that thing that as soon as it like goes into your urine.
Yeah, that thing that
Ooh.
swims up your. urinary.
What the fuck are you guys talking about?
It's like some sort of parasite that swims up your urethra.
Oh, I've been living
guess
with
no.
that guy for a long time. There we go. Oh, let's take that picture out. And then turn around.
Oh, this is a 360 version of the other one that you took.
Yeah. This is the top of Hobbiton. Bilbo's house is obviously at the top. That tree up there, totally fake. Like, completely, each one of the leaves were hand-painted.
Wow.
And yeah, that
That's
whole
an
thing is
impressive
just,
tree.
is very, very fake. There's not one
Holy
real thing about
crap.
it,
That's amazing.
other than the materials came from Earth.
It's crazy. Could you sit on that bench where Bilbo and Gandalf smoked pipe? Right there.
Yeah. I don't
Or is
think
that, like-
you're not allowed to, I don't think, but,
Oh, okay.
another Hobbiton one. This is the park with the giant tree that you were just talking about.
Ooh.
Oh, sweet.
Oh, you can't play on the.
Is this all roped off? So you can't access?
Oh, wow. Jesus. I definitely took advantage of this 360 photo way too much. But I don't think you were allowed to go in there. I think that they might have, I think that they might have some events. But, I mean, from all the people, you can see why the private night sort of, dusk time tour and dinner would be very valuable.
What's that guy doing down there? Does he work here?
Oh, he's probably, he was just over there the whole time, just looking at the bush. Saying
I
random
love this
things.
bush. It's my precious.
And then where is this? Wow, definitely prepare. Oh, I don't look at that thigh. Oh my god. Okay, I did not. That wasn't the one I meant to put up.
Yeah, sure.
Well, in
Oh, you called me a fuck my
Gondola ride.
picture.
in every 360 photo, I have a bunch of different ones. Here we go. I think this is what I wanted. There we go.
Ah!
What?
Is it?
What? Whoa.
Yep. So the 360 camera is in
It's
between my eye and the glasses.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. It's
That is very interesting.
product placement Peppersus.
PeppersUSA.com.
No, Peppers USA. Caitlin.
Peppers Sousa.
Peppersusa. Let's see. I think I'm honestly almost done. This is the top of the cause of Rotorua, the town smelling like utter shit. These are
Like
all
sulfur?
yeah, sulfur. There's a New Zealand, especially Northern Ireland, has a lot of geothermal activity going through it, and Rotorua, among many different cities, capitalizes on it, and the different hotels and even private properties utilize it for baths, for cooking, for heat. And this is right next to a Maori village that I went to, and they use it for damn near everything. So let's see. Do I have any last ones? I think. I mean, it's. I think we might be. What is this one? Ah, this was the Cathedral Cove. Again, deep in thought on there. I hung out there definitely more than the amount of time it took to take this picture. Do you guys still only?
What'd you put on me?
You look so creepy, Max.
What?
Doing some weird-
Yeah, this
How
was.
dare you?
Yeah, I just see Facebook.
Answer. Quickly.
I am the
You can't put
Slytherin
that hat
now.
on. You are not Slytherin. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that was
Ravenclaw real
such an incredible sunset.
Whoa.
Wow.
I wonder how well it will do a panorama. Oh, there we go. Wow.
Oh, that's cool.
Ah, that is awesome that it knows.
It is really cool.
Yeah, over there.
Ooh, excuse me.
And this, it looks like I'm punching a hole in the sky.
Wow.
How
Yeah,
did
that's
you
what-
line this up so well?
Complete accident.
Oh.
Yeah, this is just me like, haha! Yeah. That was not the purpose of this. Clearly now the
You should
purpose was just
Photoshop,
a
like,
picture of me doing the splits.
cataclysmic explosion thing.
I tried lightly, but it turned out like total shit. So,
Put the Loch Ness monster somewhere on the horizon.
Bigfoot.
Yeah.
And
Bigfoot. Oh, yeah. Okay, so the Wellington Airport
oh my god,
had giant eagles inside of it.
that's amazing!
Yeah, that's one out of like
Gandalf!
3. Yeah, he's fucking writing it for sure.
That's
Wait,
fucking legit.
So did they have one with like hobbits on it too?
No, I don't think so. Not that I
Oh.
saw.
Yeah.
Well, this was a really great time. I'm glad you guys got to see about maybe 30% of it.
No, I saw more than that.
Oh, it's pretty cool.
But yeah, so this is just some of the places that I was able to capture on my adventures. When better 360 cameras come out, I'm sure it'll be like, we're actually there. Hey, a balloon. Did you make this, or is this already a part of it?
That was already here.
Um,
Picture.
Yeah, no, it's
Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Did you just make that?
No, somebody else made it.
wow.
There you go, answer. All right, thank you for joining me, guys. Yeah, thank you for sticking with us through this.
Wait.
it-
Wait, don't do it yet. My thing is like super fucked right now.
You read my face.
Yeah, to be
Okay,
honest,
here we go.
I only see Facebook Blue and Facebook Gray.
Okay.
What about you?
Now you can. Yeah, now it's good.
All right.
It like wigged out there for a second.
All right. Thank you for joining us, Assassins, on my trip throughout New Zealand. There wasn't a lot of focus or any sort of cohesive. Is that the word? What the comprehensive path? Thank you for this. Gimme.
What?
Ah. Oh wow. Okay, so thank you for joining us, guys, on this week's Rambled vlog Inside of Spaces. If you have a virtual reality headset, you should join us one of these days, so we can all drink coffee together and go on adventures. Wow.
did it go?
Okay, it's on your head, and now it's a kettlebell. Okay, so with that, I will say goodbye, as always, until fate next brings us together. And never stop playing video. Wow, this is so much better than any of the pictures I took. This is not one of my
Really
pictures,
is.
but shut the hey.
This is
So
great
now
lighting.
you have a glimpse of good pictures inside of Facebook Spaces. And with that, never stop playing video games.
Spaces.
Ta ta.
Games.
Bye.